Good morning. We had a good sleep last night, a little bit rolly, but we expected that. It's beautiful here in the daylight. We're still admiring this turquoise blue water. It's absolutely spectacular. I had another friend that came in last night. So first thing we're gonna do is take down our big old Jenniker and tuck it away, and then we're gonna head in to Provo. Oh, it's a beautiful day. After a 3-day sail from the Cayman Islands to the Turks and Caicos, we tucked Gargoyle beside French Cay at sunset. Now it's time to pack up our light wind sails and start navigating across the Caicos Bank. This bank is known for its shallow water, rocks, coral heads, and of course shipwrecks. So with the early morning daylight, it's time to bring up the anchor and start heading into Provo to check into the country.
Motoring in here, we're kind of being chicken shit, to be honest. It's our first experience with really shallow water and coral heads. So we're going around the edge of the bank, and then we're going to come in on what's known as the freighter route, which seems to be, you would think, would be a clear route. And then we'll figure it out, because then I think we're going to cut over off the freighter route into Sapadillo anchorage and try not to hit anything. And negative, we are coming into the south dock to Sapadillo Bay. We will be spending the night. We have actually received prior approval, and we will be checking in as soon as possible is open. I'll get back to you. Roger that. Gargoyle switching to 16. He just wanted to know our position and where we were and what our intentions were.
So we have made the turn in to the Caicos Bank, and we've got about 8 nautical miles to head into Provo, as everybody calls it. We are taking the freighter channel in just because it's nice and deep, hold 15 feet, pretty much all the way into the bay, and drop anchor. And then we got some work to do. We gotta blow up the dinghy and maybe, if we're lucky, check in. An hour later, we pull into Sapadillo Bay and drop our anchor. Time to get the dinghy ready for a trip to the port captain as we wait to hear back from Provo Radio on when we'll be able to check in. It's a bumpy day here in the Turks and Caicos. Shortly after settling in, Provo Radio notifies us we are in luck. The port captain will need to come to assist a local freighter, and he has confirmed he will check us in at the same time. Jump in the dinghy, head to the barge dock, here we go. Nope, we're past it.
I know, and it's the other side. It's not this side.
No, hang on. No.
Yes, we're from the sailing vessel Gargoyle coming to check in at the south dock. We just wanted some instructions.
We got lost, but a quick radio call back to Provo Radio, and we finally pull up on the beach and head to the port office. Here we are. Somewhere. Port Authority building, so I think we should go there.
Good.
I think we're in the right spot. We're early and they're late. So I guess we just wait.
We're on time.
We're on time. So, we are officially checked in.
We are officially checked in.
Checked in.
We have our cruising permit. We have our stamps on our passports. We're good.
And I ran up to the gas station and got a SIM card, so we have data too.
Oh baby, the modern world.
Back to Gargoyle, and man, it's really noisy here.
So the reason we made that high-speed run from the Cayman Islands was to get in here before this northeasterly front passed through. And we're seeing 23 knots right now consistently, 26 knot gusts. Life with Dean, whenever you have anything out and you're working on it that contains a bag or a box or anything that can be climbed in, our little monkey likes to make his way inside. When I look in, I see my little cave dweller has found himself a new home.
We were gonna go check out Taylor Bay, but it's raining. It stopped raining and we're off to Taylor Bay. Ooh, windy.
Taylor Beach.
Taylor Beach?
I think it's Taylor Beach. I don't think it's a bay.
Okay. That way.
Asked Carla how to sand, if she could feel this sand, and she said no, I have shoes on.
My water truck on. Because I had to jump out of the dinghy.
She did.
And had to drag it in.
She did a good job too. You can leave your water socks on, honey.
God, it's super soft.
Isn't it? It's like talcum powder.
Super soft.
We've read online that the Turks and Caicos have the finest sand you're going to find anywhere, and I would have to agree.
We have headed to Taylor Beach this morning to stretch our legs and get off the boat for a few hours. With the winter storm coming down from the United States, we have this small window today to get ashore before the gale warning hits the Turks and Caicos. I mean, it'll only last a couple of days, right? Right. So this is what we're going to be looking at tonight. And as you can see, we've got 30 knots gusting up to 30, 35. So should be interesting. And then the calm, kind of. Welcome to the Caribbean.
So a typical morning here the last few days. It is very blustery. Some white caps, but we're in the shelter here of the bay, so that's good. And of course, as usual, I'm up making breakfast. This morning's pancakes and coffee And Sam's up here with me. Archie, see him. We're just hanging out, and that's typical. Here's Carla. This is a typical morning. Can you tell it's a little cool on Gargoyle? She's all bundled up. So here we are, day 472 of the big blow. Okay.
Third day. This sucks.
Here we are.
I have to admit, this part like sucks. When it's windy like this and you're like stuck on the boat and you can't do anything, it sucks. Did I mention it sucks when it's windy like this and you're stuck on the boat and you can't do anything? Because it really sucks.
Yeah, I got it.
Did I mention that it really sucks when it's windy like this and you can't get off the boat because it really sucks?
She's in a good mood this morning. I got upstairs and checked the wind gauge. We're blowing 26 knots this morning in the first 30 seconds it was turned on, so it's still windy. Carla was optimistically hoping it was going to be died down, but she was not. She always picks the most optimistic forecast when she wants to look at it. And so now Carla is going to make us, what are you making us this morning?
Egg and bacon.
Egg and bacon.
Egg and bacon. So day 3 of these storms, and I'm doing video editing, but they just updated the forecast. Literally, it was supposed to be over, and now we're gonna have 26 to 27 knots sustained with gusts up to 40. And then finally on Friday, it actually calms down, and gusts are only like 25 knots. So, fingers crossed we actually see it, because we're both getting a little squirrely on this boat. We're in the final day of this front. Peak is supposed to be this afternoon, but actually it's been pretty consistent. We've been 20 to 30 knots for the last 24 hours. And the wind has actually kind of moved a little more to the east versus the north, but it's still bumpy out here. As you can see, our little dinghy is bouncing up and down. Our crew is down below. Oh, the captain. The captain finally got out of bed.
Out of bed, I've been working. I got my sailor flannels on.
He does have his sailor flannels on. It's a little bit chilly today with the wind.
Smart sailors know when it's time to hunker down, and we're hunkered down.
Yeah, we're just waiting for this to pass. Supposedly by tonight the wind should be under 20 knots, which will make us happy. And yeah, we're sitting between 20 knots, gusting up to 30. I'm going to round up. But the sun is shining and the enclosure's up, so it's really nice in the cockpit. But no dinghy rides today. Brr. So day 3 of this front that's going through, and this is a typical day for us. Little squally weather with some rain to give Gargoyle a little bit of a bath. And yeah, it's still sitting at consistent 25 knots, gusting up to 30. So we're just gonna hunker down, and hopefully tomorrow, ooh, it's lightening up. And hopefully tomorrow it should be down to under 20 knots, and we can do some adventure. So we are all showered, beautiful. Waiting for some squalls this morning to disappear so we can go ashore. And guess what?
It's blowing. So we're back up. I just turned on the wind instrument. We're blowing steady 22 knots. And I'm guessing those gusts we were taking a while ago are probably closer to 30. I was looking at the forecast and thinking we should make tomorrow morning we get up and go to shore. But
I was being optimistic, thinking today's the day.
I was being realistic, thinking the forecast is the forecast.
Realistic, optimistic.
It's the istics.
Just way better.
Mr. and Mr. Istics.
Anyways, it's like another day of stranded on a sailboat. This is day 4, right? Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, 4 days. Actually, we escaped a little bit on Monday.
Today's Friday.
Today's Friday. Oh my God, 5!
I think today's Friday.
Anyways, hopefully tomorrow. All we need is like under 20 knots.
The wind has died down finally after 5 days, and the waves are down. So what we are going to do tomorrow is we're going to get up, and we desperately need diesel fuel for this boat because we burned, I suspect, probably 100 gallons or so on the run up here from the Cayman Islands. So we found a marina on this side of the island that we can get into. Even if we went around the other side, we can't get in yet for another couple of days because the surf is so large from all the winds we've had. So we're going to run down to the Caicos Marina and Shipyard, fuel up, and then figure out what's next for us.
You don't send me flowers anymore. She's making bacon. Okay, all right things. Tara, did you see I turned off the propane and she yelled at me? This is what happens when you're a good safety person in the kitchen.
I need a new shirt. I put this shirt on just for my mother-in-law because I know she likes it. Scratch it, but I'm all itchy from bug bites.
Another
fly. Oh, Carla's talking and it's my turn to talk. So.
Twist me down into a mellow mood and then you fire me up like a steamboat.